would love to be a virtual baby sea turtle for one day.
And it's David Hasselhoff that comes to save you. I mean, I'd spend my evening doing that.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the third episode of Between Two Interns. We're two interns, me, Jemima, and Eric, talk industry news, advertising, and our hot and lukewarm takes on both of those topics. Do you know what day it is today, Eric?
It is Earth Day!
April 22nd, which is the day we're filming this, not the day it's posted, is Earth Day 2022. Okay, so today we are talking Earth Day. And we're going to look at some brands who participated in this year's Earth Day.
Yeah.
Or brands who did an Earth Day campaign. And we're going to say whether we love it or hate it. And for each campaign we look at, we're going to look at 3. We're going to rank it out of 5. Mm-hmm. 1 being garbage and 5 being amazing.
Okay.
What do you say to that?
I love it. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we've pulled up 3 campaigns. The first one is going to be Vans. So Vans released a clothing line for Earth Day. They did like a mini capsule with a hoodie, shorts, and sneakers, and I think socks and some jackets. Is there not something so ironic about this already?
That Vans is fast fashion?
that this is fast fashion.
Yeah.
And they're releasing a capsule that is for fast fashion on a day for Earth, which is being ruined by fast fashion.
Yeah, and it's just like, here, let us put on a mask for this week, celebrate with us in this green way. I think it's absolutely hilarious.
In an ironic way, it is hilarious.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
But like Vans' like target audience is younger people. Do you think they like this? Because this campaign isn't targeted to us, right?
Yeah. I think to like the average, like let's say you're not like too focused on like where your fashion comes from, I think that it'd be a benefiting factor if I say, oh, okay, well, I like Planet. Vans is supporting Planet. If I don't dive into too deep into it, I think that's where they get their sales from.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how would you rate this campaign out of 5? Looking at the design too. Okay. The concept itself is, a little sus, but also just take a look at the design. Mm-hmm. Because that's part of it. Yeah. How would you rate this Earth Day campaign out of 5?
I think I'd also want to factor in, though, that they are ultimately a fast fashion company, but the specific product that they're encouraging people to buy is beneficial for the environment. So it's not the worst thing ever. To rate it out of 5 in terms of...
Sorry, just for context, the capsule is made with at least 50% organic cotton.
Yeah. Oh, is that all there is?
As well as non-toxic soy-based inks.
Mm-hmm. So just, to summarize it. In terms of brand authenticity,
it's a joke, basically, is what Eric is saying.
It is hilarious. It's almost like a holiday. Like, oh, let's celebrate Thanksgiving coming up. Okay, now it's Earth Day. Let's get some new marketing content out. Yeah, 1 out of 5 for me in terms of brand authenticity.
Okay.
But the campaign itself, I think to scale that 1 out of 5, that's pretty good.
Okay, you have to give one number, though. If you were to give one number, is this campaign, do you love it or do you hate it? 1 out of 5.
I want to break it down into different parts. I don't think it's necessarily fair to just say overall.
Okay, so but if someone were to ask you, what is the number you would give?
Why is there a gun to my head? I didn't ask for a gun to be put to my head.
We need a conclusion. The readers, our viewers, our listeners need a conclusion.
They're just sweating for my answer right now. Is that what it is?
What is the number? 1 out of 5. Okay, for me, it was.
I give it a 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5.
2
okay?
out of 5.
I give it a 2 out of 5.
Okay, initially for me it was a 1.5, but when I saw that it was made of organic cotton. Yeah. Cotton. Okay, take out the word organic. Organic or not, cotton requires so much water.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is a total waste of energy.
Mm-hmm. But it's sparkly and nice. It looks good. And if you compare it to...
Okay, I'm not a fan of the design. That's why it's a 1.
Okay, just... So guys, we're judging Earth Day campaigns, but this is just ugly. I don't like the color.
Based on style. Like, is this drip? It's not.
Do you have a scale for drip now too? I think we gotta break it down.
1 to 5.
Okay, in terms
5
of drip,
being the drippiest.
okay, if it gets a 0 on drip, but it's overall kind of, I don't know, it benefits the environment for the week. I'll still take it.
Recap. Vans, 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5 for me. Next one. Which one are we doing?
I like this one. This one's super funny.
What is it?
SodaStream. Never heard of the company before. Probably should have Googled it, but...
We have SodaStreams in the office.
Okay.
You learn something new every day.
Know you more.
There are 2 SodaStreams in this office.
Okay. To summarize it, essentially, it's great. They're pledging to save a baby sea turtle for every sparkling water that the company sells in the month of April. And it partnered with community-based conservation programs at more than 20 sea turtle nesting beaches in 16 countries. Okay, so they have a global reach. That's super cool. Where I think the situation gets funny is they have an augmented reality experience later in April that will allow players to save a virtual baby sea turtle and help it safely reach the ocean. Hasselhoff will be the first to try out the experience.
Okay, so my first question is, are you the baby sea turtle, or are you helping the turtle? Are you a human, or are you a turtle? There's a very big difference.
You get to see what it's like to be the baby sea turtle.
It's an augmented reality experience,
and have someone save you.
So that's the first question that comes to mind. Which one are you? Because that is super important.
Yeah.
I would love to be a virtual baby sea turtle for one day.
And it's David Hasselhoff that comes to save you? I mean, I'd spend my evening doing that.
Okay, your thoughts on this?
What the hell does a virtual experience of saving a baby sea turtle have to do with stopping climate change?
Okay, maybe are we assuming based off of this one article? Let's take a look. We get the gist. We've put some links below as to what this campaign actually looks like. So you can take a look at that and judge it for yourself. But Eric, let's chat about this. Okay, you said what does a virtual turtle have to do with saving the Earth?
We have 8 years to save the planet. What the hell am I going to be doing? Spending my time. I'm getting saved by David Hasselhoff as a turtle, or either I'm saving a baby turtle with David Hasselhoff. I'm not entirely sure of that part yet. Do I think that David Hasselhoff is going to help me save the Earth with augmented reality?
Okay, to play the devil's advocate, is it really about saving? Is it really
beginning?
That's when you know it's bad. Is it really about saving the Earth, or is it about driving awareness,
generating awareness?
Or is you know what, with Earth Day, maybe awareness isn't enough anymore. Okay, maybe that's the problem. Is that the problem we have with this campaign? Is that it isn't about saving the Earth. It's about thinking about saving the Earth. Okay, is that not the problem with the 2 campaigns we've looked at so far?
Sorry, repeat that again?
Isn't the problem with the 2 campaigns we've seen so far that it's more about thinking about saving the Earth rather than actually saving the Earth?
Kind of just handing you a blue ribbon telling you did good for this day, and the company helped you do that. Yeah. But to play devil's advocate for the benefit of SodaStream even further, they are getting you involved to a point where it is a more immersive experience where you're actually seeing what it looks like to help one of these creatures, as opposed to just spending $20 and then walking out of there thinking you did something good. Yeah.
1 to 5. Eric, do you love or hate this campaign?
I feel like I almost came 180 at the end there. I was really playing devil's advocate.
So you liked this campaign in the beginning? You liked it?
No, the beginning I thought it was absolutely hilarious in a way that, like, not good. But playing devil's advocate, they are trying to do something different. It is more immersive. You're not just paying money like at Vans, like, oh, $20. Okay, cool. I got like earth-friendly pants by supporting a fast fashion company. They're actually bringing the conversation further and having you a bit more involved, so it's something more memorable. They get a 3.25. I can get more.
A 3.25. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of love the ironic little poster painting they've got going on with the Hoff. I think that is super funny.
Yeah.
But honestly, why sea turtles? Sea turtles are only like one thing.
But the plastic removal from the ocean, I think, is the bigger image. Not like specifically saving sea turtles. I guess it's not like you're not handling the biggest problem, but it's definitely a contributing factor.
Somewhere to start. Okay.
Yeah, it's a cute, fun way. Everybody likes baby sea. You said when you watched the video. I thought it was the cutest thing I'd ever
because
seen.
I like ads. That's why I work in this industry.
But
it doesn't mean I like the campaign. The campaign as a whole is, I would say, better than Vans. Okay, better than Vans.
Okay.
So I would give it a 2 out of 5. I just thought SodaStream, they keep plastic out of people's hands.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much I feel like they could have done with Earth Day, because it is so on brand for them. But this feels forced to me. I know it's a big day, Earth Day, and they're trying to get a celebrity on there to gain more exposure, but the Hoff, like, it just seems ingenuine to me. Mm-hmm. As a brand who already aligns with what Earth Day is about.
So you think that maybe they would have benefited, let's say, from like maybe going just a more transparent angle on their own like business model and showing how they benefit the environment? Because I'm thinking, what else would be true to brand in a non like?
I think it's the execution. Hobby. The execution looks corny and cheesy. That's my deal.
Okay.
I think that's what they're going for, though. You know, okay, like Baywatch, the Hoff, corny, cheesy. That's what they're going for.
For a company that's already authentically good for the environment, you think this is just?
I think it took them 3 steps back.
Wow. Okay.
So, for SodaStream, we've got, for Eric, out of 5.
SodaStream?
Yeah.
No, I said 3.25.
3.25?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Eric, 3.25.
Yeah.
Jemima, 2 out of 5.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't absolutely disagree with you.
This is a rough panel.
Turtles.
It's a rough panel.
I like baby sea turtles.
I also love baby sea turtles.
She hates baby sea
turtles.
I do not. Honestly. Dude, we were just 5 minutes before we started the podcast. Weren't you just like, Eric, I freaking saw a baby sea turtle on my way to work this morning and I vomited.
No. What? Okay.
Verbatim.
What is that? Like slander. Yeah,
no.
Slander.
Okay.
Next campaign,
mm-hmm.
We've got Uber.
Oh, yeah.
So Uber's Earth Day campaign is for select vehicles around Miami, LA, and Washington. They're doing free, quote-unquote, nature-inspired rides. So what they've done is, for some of these vehicles, they've put screens on the sunroof that show images of icebergs and the ocean. The interiors are supposedly inspired by nature, the Arctic, the Serengeti, the Great Barrier Reef, and other, I guess, like, what do you even call these?
I don't know. It kind of just looks like a car wash on green crack, to be honest.
A car wash? Oh, like with the water, like coming down like the windows and whatnot. But instead of like the crazy, like flashing purple, blue, green lights, you've got like virtual stingrays.
Mm-hmm. Kind of cool. In terms of like a creative, like an execution, but the overall campaign, I don't know. First, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
I'm sensing a trend here with brands trying to bring in like virtual reality into everything. Mm-hmm. And while I respect that, I think because virtual reality is new, it takes time to get it right. I respect brands for experimenting and adventuring, but I think Uber is still at that point where they don't really get virtual reality. This is not the mood. This is not the move. This is not the move.
Absolute miss.
Yeah.
I thought that the creative is not bad though. That's pretty, like, I mean, as a virtual experience, it's not the most entertaining, but I don't know. It's for me. Well, yeah. I guess I don't have another good thing to say, but for me, what I just didn't like, but this absolutely just felt like a holiday. Like
a holiday.
They ran their Thanksgiving campaign. They ran their Christmas campaign. This is just a week where they give $1 off to consumers for each Uber Green, Lime, e-bike, and Lime e-scooter trip taken if you use a promo code GOGREEN22 for the week of April 21st. Like that, I feel like this is just the most minimal thing that you could do, and it's just for the week. You're just hopping into what like the world is interested in right now. It just seems like they're hopping onto a holiday.
Okay. Honestly, I like that they're giving a discount. And that's the main point of this campaign, right? It's not really about the friggin' virtual screens on your sunroof. It's that it's cheaper to Uber and it's also better for the environment. I like that.
Where does it say that it's better for the environment? If you take
ride sharing,
specifically taking an Uber Green, but it's
compared to driving yourself.
The promotion for it's getting a $1 off.
I mean, $1 off. It's
$1 to this huge corporation, and it's for a week.
Okay, I mean, when you put it that way, that's true.
What, like, this, it really feels minimal. I didn't really have too much of a problem with the execution. It's simple.
Is it because the execution is more expensive? Is that why they're capping it at $1?
I think they have a bit more money than that. All of these companies that we're talking about today, like, they are huge, big budget organizations. So I think it's like fair to critique them in this way because like they have the capacity to go bigger and better. Yeah, like sorry, what was that? SodaStream, like they sure didn't hit with the most perfect way, but that was a real initiative. For each bottle bought, they're saving a sea turtle. I think that's exactly what it said, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And they're giving virtual augmented reality experience and stuff like that. Like they really made an effort. And it's hilarious because they're authentically a green brand, so they're going so much more above and beyond when Uber has nothing to, like, when do they make sustainable contributions outside of Earth Day?
So this is just so performative.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
In my eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you think that taking an Uber is better for the environment than using your own car or getting your own car?
I think that's just objective. Like if you're doing like specifically like Uber pools where you're with other people and you're carpooling, yeah. But I think that just like gets a bit more specific rather than, I mean, objective than subjective.
So in that case, like, should Uber have done Earth Day? Do you think they have the potential to do Earth Day well? Given who they are as a company.
I guess, yeah, playing to that side, it's like, it's better than doing absolutely nothing, and they are not, maybe they're aware that they can't really authentically enter the space because their business model doesn't necessarily.
So if you're aware that, if you as a brand, you're aware that you can't authentically participate in Earth Day, should you participate at all even?
I'd like to hear your take on that first.
I think that if it's not going to be authentic, don't do it at all. Because especially consumers these days, they can tell. We are so conscious of advertising that we can tell authentic content from inauthentic content way more easily than any other generation or time in this world. What do you think? Should brands be doing it at all if it's not going to be authentic?
I remember this is a thought that I had not too long ago where, like, sure, you're like, I think it even stretches out to like just to any like CRM model, like of a campaign, like if you're talking about gender equality, just diversity, anything with that realm. The companies, like, even if they are entering the space unauthentically, like, to what degree do we get mad? Because it ultimately does generate awareness. It is benefiting the world. Like, let's say even just for this, are slightly promoting people to take Uber Greens.
Mm-hmm.
For this week, Uber's environmental impact will be lower. It's just, it is in a completely unauthentic way, but ultimately it is kind of doing good. So do we really condemn?
Okay, so here's my thought. The money it cost for Uber to spend on this campaign, on the production costs, on those virtual screens, and to deck out Uber cars in green, all that money, could that just have been donated?
I think that's a really good point, and if you're going to enter the space unauthentically, maybe, yeah, honestly, that'd be, if Uber just said, hey, we donated, like, however much money they spent on this campaign to a really great cause, I'd be all for it.
So that makes me start to think of Super Bowl now. Okay. And how instead of making this expensive millions of dollars Super Bowl campaign, some brands have opted out and instead spent that money on a good cause. So that makes me think of this now. But because my question is, like, would people even care if Uber donated?
But I think it's just the reason why a lot of these organizations, at least I think, my perception, they would rather go this route, like be in the Super Bowl ad or promote inauthentically in Earth Day, because, well, they have their brand advertised and they're getting more awareness for their own company outside of the initiative that they're doing. It's just more recognition for the brand. I think the route of going and making a donation is so much better, so much more impactful. But it's just like this is the first time I'm hearing about what you just said, where some people opt out to be in the Super Bowl ad to make a donation. So I think to that degree, it's one route is much better, but it's just not as many people hear it.
So the thing is, like, with, social purpose, I don't know if Uber has, like, a strong social purpose. They probably do. Every brand kind of needs to have one now. But to align with social purpose, I don't feel like it's the move to have an Earth Day campaign and spend money on that campaign instead of donating it.
Mm-hmm. But then
it does return like value for the brand and for the company.
Mm-hmm.
But these days, like, brands can't exist just to keep themselves afloat anymore. They need to exist to bring value to people, not just to keep themselves afloat. Okay, so Uber Earth Day campaign. Let's do a score. Eric, 1 to 5.
0.
Out of 5.
0. 0. I don't like it.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
Unless you look at the creative end, it's kind of cool. But just as an overall campaign, the initiative, it would have been your suggestion's way better, where they could have just donated money. But in terms of, I do understand, like, at a bottom line perspective, why this is more beneficial to the company. But as somebody that likes to see true green initiatives,
mm-hmm.
It gets a 0 for me.
0, damn, that's pretty rough. I mean, I didn't hate it. I was honestly going to give it a 2.
And what? I didn't hear you say a single positive thing. I didn't hear you say one nice thing.
Okay, just because it's all relative. It just wasn't as bad as the Vans campaign. The Vans campaign was just so bad. It was so bad.
So the shade of blue they picked was just that horrible.
The blue was good. It was the shade of beige that they picked that was not the vibe.
Okay.
Should we do a recap of today's episode?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So today, April 22nd, 2022, the day this episode was recorded, it was Earth Day. And we looked at some brands who did a few campaigns. We've looked at Vans. We've looked at SodaStream. And the third one was Uber. All of the links to their campaign are going to be in the YouTube video description if you're watching there. But I realized that we didn't like any of these campaigns.
Yeah, I did. I did want to bring one that I liked into the conversation, just so it's not just us being smug or appearing smug and just saying I hate this, I hate this. There definitely are a lot of brilliant campaigns out there.
So what we'll do is Eric and I will both find our favorite Earth Day 2022 campaign, and we will share it in the description below.
I'm excited.
So check that out for actually good examples, in our opinion, of Earth Day campaigns that brands have done. So thank you everyone for joining us on the third episode of Between Two Interns. If you have any industry news that you want us to comment on, send them our way. If you found your favorite Earth Day campaign for 2022, send them our way. We'd love to see what you guys loved and even what you guys hated. Send those our way too. Should we wrap up here?
Yep. See you guys.
See you next week. Bye-bye.